Hello everyone, it's Frankie Guida here from A Better Way Financial. I am one of our fiduciary financial planners here. I also want to introduce you guys to my father if you don't know him already. He's been serving the Lehigh Valley and beyond since 1985. He is also a contributing author on Fox Business and recently published his own book. And that book is called The Book on Retirement. If you guys haven't read it yet, you guys need to read it. He's also the co-host on the A Better Way Financial radio show with me, and he's the founder and CEO of A Better Way Financial. And this is my father, Frank Guida.
Well, thank you, Frankie. I want to start off by addressing probably the first thing that you're thinking, and that's, how does someone as young as me have a son that old? Well, the reason is because my wife and I got married very young. I was 20 and she was 18, so that's how that happened. But I want to talk about our company and what makes us different. You know, if you look at what makes us different, I think you really have to look at our roots. You see, I was brought up, my parents were born in Italy. They came, they met here in the United States, and they opened up a small Italian grocery store, Italian butcher store, and I grew up in this store. In fact, that's my dad, that's my mom, that's my sister, and the cute little guy over there with the shorts way too high, well, that was me. So, you know, I grew up in this store, and I learned so many of the values that I've kept with me and that we use here at A Better Way Financial. You know, things like, back then, all of our customers, they were our friends, our family, our neighbors. They were folks that came in. I was taught from a very young age to treat people wonderfully well, and we still do that here at A Better Way Financial. Also, I was taught, you know, to have a really strong work ethic. While my friends were complaining about going to school at 8 o'clock in the morning, my dad was waking me up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to the markets with him. We went at 5 o'clock in the morning because my dad wanted to be the first one there. He wanted to be able to get the pick of whatever fruits, vegetables, meats that we were buying. So even if we were buying things like veal, he'd go through hundreds of legs of veal till he found the very best ones. Then he would tag them. He would go negotiate a better price, try to bring the price down a few pennies a pound so that we could share that with our customers. And me, I was there to carry those big things into the truck. So that's what happened. So I had this wonderful upbringing with that old family store. So now what we do with A Better Way Financial is we do financial planning, and we are what's called fiduciary financial planners. Frankie, why don't you explain what that is?
Yeah, so what a fiduciary financial planner is someone who is bound by law to put the client's interest ahead of their own personal interests. So when you're dealing with a fiduciary financial advisor, this person is not only listening to what you have to say, but they also take your interests at heart, and that's what a fiduciary financial planner is. I'm also going to explain, you know, what is the difference between a financial advisor and a financial planner. You know, and one of the differences is that a financial advisor typically will just look into the investment side and look at your investments, make sure that's doing what it's supposed to do, and not look into the tax situation. A lot of you have probably heard people say, hey, you know, I'm just an investment advisor. I can't help you with your taxes. Go talk to your tax consultant or your accountant or something like that. You know, but when we look into it, we're financial planners. We know how important taxes are, and that's a major piece of the puzzle. So we look into taxes, income, and we also look into so many different things, Social Security and the timing of that. And a financial planner is someone who's looking into the whole financial picture instead of just a financial advisor where they're just looking at one aspect of it.
So when you come into our office, we're gonna show you this 3-leg financial stool, and every one of these legs is very, very important. First thing we're gonna talk about is how to minimize your taxes. You know, an accountant, you know, they're trying to save you taxes on last year. What a financial planner is doing is they're looking out through the windshield, basically, and they're trying to save you taxes throughout the rest of your life. So we're going to show you the strategies on what works for that and how that can help you tremendously. Then we're going to talk about income planning. Income planning is vitally important. When you were working, you know, this is the time when you had that income coming in and you were set and that was fine. But now that you're retired, you need to make sure that you have the proper income streams all set up in a tax-favored manner, and so that you have your money lasting for the rest of your life and your income increasing with inflation. And the last thing we're going to go over is the proper portfolio. in your retirement years, you want to make sure that you're minimizing your risk. You don't want to carry the same amount of risk that you had in your working years, and we're going to show you why in a little bit. But you also want to maximize your returns that you can, and you want to minimize the cost in your portfolio too. So these are the things that we're going to go over in detail in the coming video series that we're here to show you here at A Better Way Financial.